Welcome to Drop the Q with Big Roo. It has been a minute, but let's go ahead and move on from that. I do have a story for you. Do have something to talk about. The other day, I was on my way to a job site in the city of Tempe, and on my way to go meet with the customer to go to the job site, I get off on a particular road and I start heading in that direction, and I'm driving in the far left lane, and I'm at a stoplight, and of course to the left side of the far left lane there is the left lane to turn left. So I'm sitting there, I'm listening to some music, some EDM, some mashups and stuff, and I'm vibing out, and then I happen to notice that the vehicle on my left hand side, the passenger gets out of the vehicle, and then I could also see on the other side, on the left side, the driver gets out of the vehicle as well. And I'm kind of glancing, looking to my left, and then I noticed that there's this energy that they're exuding. So, especially from the passenger, he gets out. I don't want to say he slams the door, but with aggression, he closes the door, and you could somewhat read the body language. He was frustrated. He was upset. And I'm like, what the heck, man? What's going on? And so I noticed that after they both exited, the passenger starts to approach my vehicle. And as he's approaching my vehicle, now, mind you, it's about like 110 degrees outside. This is in the city of Tempe, which is like greater Phoenix area for Arizona. So it's hot, man. It's summertime. It's hot outside. And so he's walking in the heat. He's coming in my direction. And right away, I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to interact with this person. You know, I had no idea, like, why is this person mad? And the first thing that I thought was like, man, maybe like a few miles down the road, or maybe, just recently down the road, maybe I cut him off. And I didn't even realize it, because you know what it's like. I mean, when you're vibing out to music and you're in your zone, sometimes you don't realize it, but you kind of make mistakes on the road. You might cut someone off. You might be driving too slow, or maybe too fast, maybe whatever it is, right? Because you're focused on your music, and you're focused on what's in front of you, and you're focused on getting to the destination that you are trying to get to. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I cut him off. So, he wants to exchange a few words. Now, of course, social media messes with your mind, because on social media, you see a lot of road rage stuff, right? A lot of road rage drama, people getting upset, walking up to your window, and then pulling out a gun, walking up to your window, you roll down your window, and then you get punched right in the freaking face. So I'm thinking, there's no way that this dude is going to walk up to me, and there's no way I'm going to roll down my window to give this person an opportunity to punch me in the mouth, to punch me in the face. He's upset. I probably cut him off, and he wants to let me know a few thoughts about what he thinks about me for cutting him off. And so he's walking up. I realize he's approaching me, and I'm looking for a way out to my right side. Unfortunately, there was another vehicle there, so I'm thinking, man, I'm going to have to back up. Something's about to go down right now. So he walks up, and then I notice he's like gesturing with his hands, and then he's telling me down, right? I could see at this point, I'm not making contact, but I could see from my peripheral, right? I'm somewhat looking to my left, glancing to my left a little bit, so I could see his body language. Just in case he pulls out a gun, I want to be able to react. So he's there, he's aggressive, he's telling me to roll down my window, and then at this point, I'm not even looking. I'm just like waving off. I'm jamming to my EDM, and I start to put the volume up. And I'm putting the volume up because I don't want to hear what he has to say. I'm like, no, bro, like, I'm sorry, whatever it is. I'm waving him off, shaking my head like, no. And he's like waving his hands like, what the heck? Roll down your window. And I'm like, no. And I'm pumping the volume on the music. I'm just bobbing my head, and then I kind of look the other direction. But still, from my peripheral, I want to see his hands. I want to see what he's doing. And then, I kind of look forward, and then I could see where he just like waves me off. Like, forget you, man. Forget it. So he turns around. I realize he turns around. So then I look in his direction. And as I look in the direction, I see the driver. And I see the other young man who was the passenger who approached my door, who I thought wanted to punch me in the face or pull out a gun. So I see them, and then they kind of discuss a little bit, and then they turn around and they're facing the back end of their vehicle. I'm thinking they're going into the trunk to grab something. I'm like, what the heck? And then the moment of revelation. They both put their hands on the back of their vehicle and they start pushing, man. It's 110 degrees outside. It's really hot. And then I realized that they were upset because they ran out of freaking gas, man. They probably had a little argument up front, like, dude, what the heck? Dude, my gauge isn't working. Or, man, I thought we'd make it to the corner there. So then they start pushing. And then I feel bad. I feel like not just bad, but embarrassed, because there was other people, pedestrians that were there that saw. And then I could see other passengers from other vehicles jump out of their vehicle and run around. There was a homeless individual that was on the street corner, running to their rescue to go help them push their car to the other corner, to the other side, to prevent any other traffic issues and problems, to push them to the other side, because there's a gas station on that corner, and these other people come to their rescue to help them push their vehicle. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, dude, I look like a complete jerk. It was so embarrassing. I mean, I could have at that point just like jumped out of the vehicle, which I should have, man. I should have jumped out and apologized. I was like, bro, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't know what you were asking for. You know, I thought you were upset at me. I thought maybe I cut you. You know, I could have explained myself while pushing, but at this point I froze. And I didn't do anything. I just froze. I was embarrassed. I felt like garbage. And so I saw them push them all the way to the other side, and then we start going forward. And then as I'm on route to go to my job site and to meet with the customer, all the people that were around me, I was so embarrassed. I didn't want them to see me, to identify my truck, to memorize my truck, and to see me. I'm very distinct with my beard, right? So yeah, I just didn't want to be noticed or seen. I was embarrassed. I felt like garbage. I ended up making a quick left-hand turn to let that group of traffic flow far enough ahead so that way they wouldn't see me, to see where I'm stopping, to see me get out of my vehicle, to say, hey, I think that's DJ Big Roo. I'm not that famous, but anyways, you know, perhaps maybe next year I'll be doing their wedding and they're like, dude, I remember that dude with the beard. You were that jerk that didn't help those poor people that needed help. So the story, I guess the moral of the story, the point that I'm trying to make is that, you know, things aren't always what they seem. And it's like that with relationships. It's like that with business. It's like that with just life in general. You might have this thought of, you know, you might try to advance in relationships, and then you think in your head that, man, this person doesn't like me. Man, we're just not vibing right. Man, this person is upset with me, or maybe it's all in your head, right? Maybe they're going through some things and you have no idea, just like, you know, the passenger that got out of the vehicle. Maybe they just got into an argument with each other, and he's coming out and he's not even aggressive in my direction. He's not even aggressive towards me. He was aggressive coming in my direction, but it wasn't even about me. I didn't cut him off. I didn't do anything. I had nothing to do with his disposition. But, you know, I allowed my own mind to trick me, of course, from watching social medias and stuff and seeing people pulling out guns and punching people in the mouth and the face and all that stuff isn't helpful. But however, you might be going through something right now and you think that, you know, this person is a jerk to you. This person doesn't like you. This person is upset with you. And it might have nothing to do with you. It might have something to do with their own personal life, whatever they're going through. And you might be interpreting that as it's directed towards you. I have a fan on and it's clicking up over my head. It's kind of bothering me. But I'm going to wrap this up right now. This is designed for just shorts. Yes, it is Drop the Q with Big Roo, but it's call it Drop the Short Q with Big Roo, because there's just certain things that I want to bring up. Certain words of wisdom, maybe insights, experiences that I have. Perhaps maybe you could get some impartation from it, or some response that you give to me could help me as well. But that's all. I mean, you know, maybe you're going through something right now and you think it's one thing, but it's completely something else. change your perspective. It might not be what you think it is, ladies and gentlemen. It really might not be what you think it is. And what I'm saying is give it another chance. Don't freeze like I did. You know, I should have got down and, you know, conversed with the person, apologized, and helped. And, you know, that's letting go of your pride. I was too prideful. I was too embarrassed to move. So don't let pride and don't let embarrassment cripple you from moving forward and doing what you know you need to do. Don't let it cripple you from moving forward and doing the right thing. Maybe there is a opportunity at the other end of that. Make the decision, move forward, do the right thing, and see what God does in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to Drop the Q with Big Brew. Let's go, baby. I hope you have a fantastic day, fantastic week. God bless you guys. Thank you. Big Brew.